Welcome to the Ballistic Report. I'm your town host, Ike Moore, and this is the show where we break down pop culture. Sorry for my absence last week. On my end, not to go too much into it, I've been busy. But you know what? I had to come back up here right now because I'm not even going to go into a transition. I'm going to start talking about probably now one of my favorite movies of all time. In fact, now, since I've seen it yesterday, it is now in my top 10 movies of all time. What movie am I talking about? Well, it's a movie starring none other than the Merc with the mouth himself, Deadpool. Let me tell you guys the story real quick. About a year and a half ago, I heard about this movie coming out. At that point, I didn't know what the character Deadpool was. I knew he was somewhat involved in the X-Men universe, but I didn't really know much about him. So, using the power of the internet, I looked up information on him, and I liked everything I saw. I loved the anti-hero aspect of him. I loved the fact that he healed quickly. I especially loved the fact that he broke the fourth wall and constantly talked to the audience as if he was right there with them. But what really got me intrigued in this movie was the backstory involving the Deadpool star, Ryan Reynolds. He was always a fan of the character and constantly wanted to bring him to the screen. He actually got a chance to play him in 2009's X-Men Origins Wolverine, but let's just say that didn't go well. In fact, that film almost killed any possibility that a Deadpool movie would actually work. But after 8 long years of demand by both fans and Ryan Reynolds himself, we finally managed to get a true Deadpool movie. And what do I think about it? This is by far the most fun I've had watching a superhero movie. I don't even know if I should call it a superhero movie because, like I said, Deadpool is more of an anti-hero. But man, was this movie a lot of fun. On the surface, it might seem like your regular origin story, but the fact that it was kind of that, but brought some new energy into it, and you really felt for the characters throughout the film, really is what made it work. Everything about this movie is funny. Even the opening credits. When did opening credits become funny? But you'll be laughing from there to the interactions between TJ Miller and Ryan Reynolds. They are hilarious together. And just everything about this film is very, very well written. It's very clear that Ryan Reynolds, who I actually liked in some of his other movies, this was the film he was meant to do. He was born to play this character. The only reason I'm still keeping it a 9 out of 10 is because I felt that the ending was a little bit too quick. You could have easily squeezed in another 20 minutes. Why not make it a full 2-hour movie? I wouldn't mind. Now, normally I would go into spoilers with these movie reviews, but for this one in particular, there's nothing to spoil. It's your very basic origin/revenge plot. There are no big twists and turns, and I think that's what makes this movie work. You don't always need any big twists. You just need to make a great story for people to be entertained with, and that's what this movie achieved. As I'm recording this, Deadpool is expected to make over $130 million the opening weekend box office, and in my opinion, it absolutely deserves it. This is an original movie, and it's now one of my favorite movies of all time. You can quote me on that. So last week was the Super Bowl, and a lot of controversy happened. Well, I should say made up controversy. So Coldplay did the halftime show, and to their credit, they did a good job. I'm not the biggest Coldplay fan, but I like some of their songs, but they are decent performers. But man, did he get blown out the water once Bruno Mars appeared. We all knew that Bruno Mars was going to make an appearance, and it was speculated for a while, and man, did he deliver. But the one everyone's talking about is Beyonce's performance. First of all, let me get this out the way. Her new song Formation, in my opinion, is not all that good. It just relies on the same trap music beats we've been hearing for the past few years. But as always, she delivers with the performances. Well, this one in particular got a lot of people talking. People were wondering, was this a tribute to the Black Panther movement? Was it a tribute to Malcolm X? I don't know. I can't look at Beyonce's thoughts. But what if it is a tribute to Malcolm X and the Black Panther movement? What's wrong with that? It is Black History Month. I personally don't see anything wrong with her paying tribute to that moment in time. That being said, if you want to protest something Beyonce related, protest these daggone ticket prices of her next tour. Now, I do understand that the proceeds will go to the Flint, Michigan water crisis, but still, do ticket prices need to be that high? I mean, you have people digging into their rent money to buy these tickets, Beyonce. I'm going to say it right now. If a person like me buys tickets to see this show, I want a marriage proposal. I want you to propose to me if I'm spending this much money. Matter of fact, I want a proposal, marriage ceremony, and honeymoon within 3 hours paying this type of money. And finally, this is an interesting story. So Shad Moss, aka Bow Wow, made the announcement that he is trying to get a late night talk show off the ground. He said he wants to host his own show. He wants to pick up right where Arsenio Hall left off, and he wants to give a platform for all the new hip hop artists trying to get their name out there. Now, I know what you're thinking. Oh, Bow Wow trying to be relevant again. But honestly, I actually like this idea. I personally believe, since he doesn't rap anymore, he makes a great on-air personality. In fact, I was shocked at how well he did hosting the last years of 106 in Park, which, spoiler alert, I might do a video on soon. I really want to talk about the downfall of that show and how I feel like it could have still worked today. But I could totally see this show working if it ended up happening. I think Bow is still relevant to the younger audience, and I think he can bring a light to the hip-hop artists trying to make a name for themselves. And hey, Bow, if you need a sidekick or anything, man, I'm 20 episodes in, I'm pretty credible. And that will do it for another edition of the Ballistic Report. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Remember, all of my social media outlets are in the description box below. And if you're new here, welcome to the family and click that subscribe button. And until next time, I've been your talented host, Ike Moore, reminding you it's okay to be ballistic as long as it's done responsibly. Take care, everybody.